Hey everybody, Chef Eddie here, up at Forest Highlands. So I know people are buying food in bulk, whether it's canned goods or whatever, but we get tired of beans, canned ravioli, that's one of my favorites, or anything like that. But we're buying fresh fish and fresh meat, and then we have to process it. So I have a side of fresh Alaskan halibut here. I know y'all are buying it, whether it's from Costco or your favorite stores, and you're buying a big chunk of it because obviously it's a little cheaper. So right here I have a beautiful piece of Alaskan halibut. It's in season right now. It tends to be a little more than other fish, but it's worth it. Now I have this whole side here, and I want to show you how I would break it down, and maybe you can learn a little bit. Right here you have the whole side. This part right here is the tail piece and tends to be obviously thinner than everything else. So I'm going to remove the tail piece. If you have a little bit of skin left on there, you just have to take it off like that. And then I take the skin and discard it. That's a little bit smaller piece. I'm going to put it there, whether it's for the kids or something else. Now, this is the key. This is a carving knife. You want to use a fillet knife, this is fine, but it's a thin blade, it's always sharp. I'd rather use this. I hold it firmly at one side, and then I make long cuts, and I'm pulling the skin on one side and using the knife at the other side. So I'm taking this, just like that, making a few cuts. Now, if you leave meat on the skin, it's wasted money. I think that's pretty good. If you want, you can use it as a mask. I'm just kidding. But anyhow, that's a beautiful piece of halibut that you can use for stock. Well, what do you use stocks for? Soup. You want to make clam chowder. You can make clam chowder with halibut stock. It's a fish stock. But you can, this way you're utilizing everything that you need and that you paid for. Why only use a little bit of it? So that's going to make stock. Now I have this gorgeous little piece right here, both sides. Now I'm going to trim some of the excess out of it, like some of the thin meat right here. You really can't use it. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take that. See, we have a nice even piece. Right here is the belly. Now if I cut the belly along with this, I'm going to have an uneven piece. So I'm going to take this and put it that way. So that's a thinner piece. I'm going to put that with the other small piece. I can use it for tacos. I can use it for a snack. If you want to dehydrate it and make jerky, you can do that. But now I have a gorgeous piece of halibut. But I have this side here. You see this? That's where the bones, the spine bones are, right in there. And sometimes that tends to be a little stronger. Now, I'm just going to take it and trim it up just a little bit to take some of that excess silver skin. And sometimes there might be a little bit of bone in there, like that. And you take it and you trim it all up. And look at how easily that trims right there. What are we going to use that for? Stock. Now you have a gorgeous piece of halibut. It's all even. One other thing I'm going to show you that maybe not a lot of people do. I like to take this and cut it up depending on the thickness of it. What's that mean, Chef Eddie? Like this. Right here, I can take a nice little cut there that's a 7-8 ounce piece. If I go here, if I go to 6-7 ounce piece, it tends to be skinnier. I hate skinny fish. So what I do is I take it this way, right down here, cut it right down the middle. Now I have beautiful pieces right here where I can take a nice even cut there. A nice even cut. So this way, I have nice big beautiful cuts. If I get down to this end right here, I take that, I use that for anything else. That's the greatest way to process a piece of halibut. You utilize everything that you have, you can use it for other things, and plus it's not a waste of money. Now, let's jump over. Salmon, the same thing. I'm going to take my gloves off just for the sake of cross-contamination, even though they're seafood. I'm going to use my little disinfectant. I have to tell you, I really like disinfecting my hands all the time. It makes me smell good, it makes me feel good, and we have to do what we have to do. So sometimes I use it a little bit as a cologne behind my ears. I'm joking. Anyhow, so I have the gloves on here. Same premise with the salmon. Now a lot of you are buying sides of salmon. This is a great little piece right here. I'm going to take the same theory and take the tail end off. Small piece right there. I'm going to hold again. Now salmon tends to be a little fattier. And because of the fat content, your knife tends to slide a little bit better. Oh boy, no meat on that one. That's great. So There, I have that broken down. I do the same thing as the halibut. I see an uneven piece. I take that off. I use that for something else. I turn it over. See this grayish part here? That's the omega-3. I like that strongness on there. I might take a little bit of the silver skin off of there, but salmon's a strong fish. I really like this, the flavor. I'm going to take it, split it down the middle again, and again the same process as before. I'm going to take this piece and cut it. Now I have a gorgeous piece right here. Cut it down the middle. I have two nice cuts that are pretty even. Anyhow, that's the way I would process salmon, halibut, or any other fish you have. That's just a little tidbit from up here at Forest Highlands and Chef Eddie. Stay tuned. Beef is next.